That night, the fire burned low, its embers glowing like a sleeping heart in the vast darkness. Above, the stars watched, a silent, glittering audience to a moment that would change everything. The air was still, holding its breath. She had waited for this quiet, this sacred space where the world felt ancient and listening. She waited until she felt the spirits could hear every word she was about to speak. She looked at him, her eyes reflecting the dying firelight. The silence between them was thick with unspoken questions, with the weight of destiny and the crushing feeling of a path already chosen for him. He had carried this burden for so long, believing himself a puppet of fate, a man whose life was not his own. "You are not bound," she said, her voice a soft but firm thread in the stillness of the night. It cut through the heavy air, a declaration that defied everything he had ever been told. "You are not powerless." He stared at her, the words echoing in his mind. Powerless was all he'd ever felt. Trapped by tradition, by prophecy, by the expectations of others. He opened his mouth to argue, to tell her she didn't understand, but she spoke again, and this time, her words were not just a statement, but a seismic shift that shook the very foundations of his soul. "I choose you." Just 3 words, but they landed with the force of a thunderclap. The wind suddenly stirred, rustling the leaves in the surrounding forest as if in response. The flames of the fire bent and danced wildly for a moment, casting long, flickering shadows that seemed to writhe with newfound energy. The universe itself seemed to acknowledge her claim. She held his gaze, her expression unwavering. "You will walk beside me," she continued, her voice gaining strength, filled with a conviction that was both terrifying and exhilarating, not by force, not by the chains of some old prophecy, but by choice, his heart hammered against his ribs. A frantic drumbeat in the sudden quiet. 1,000 thoughts raced through his mind. Was this a trick, a test, or was it something else entirely? For his entire life, he had longed for freedom, for the right to forge his own path. Now, she was offering it to him, but in a way he never could have imagined. This wasn't just freedom from his predetermined fate. It was an invitation into a new one, a destiny forged together. Was this a bond even stronger, more unbreakable, than the chains he was so desperate to escape? Would accepting her choice truly set him free, or simply bind him in a different, more profound way? Thank you so much for watching. If you're wondering whether he'll accept her choice and what it means for both of them, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on for the next part of our story. Like this video if you believe choice matters more than fate, and let us know what you think in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.